And we begin sports this hour with some football news, and the World Cup qualifying playoff fixtures have been decided by a draw held at the headquarters of the Confederation of African Football on Monday. Reigning African Cup of Nations champions Nigeria are set to face Ethiopia in the week of October the 11th. Reactions to the draw have been unequivocal in the homeland of the Super Eagles, where hopes of beating Ghana's African record run to the quarterfinals of the 2010 World Cup are high. After the draw, Nigerian Football Association official James Peters declared Nigeria had a 100% chance of qualifying and that it would take at least another 5 years for any African team to reach Nigeria's current level. On to European football, and there is a chance that Vincent Kompany would return for Manchester City to their first Champions League match against Victoria Piltez. The Premier League runners-up have been without their captain since the opening day of the season and have suffered from a string of defensive injuries. It was thought that Kompany would return for the Manchester derby at the weekend, but he could be in contention to play on Tuesday. The citizens have had catastrophic Champions League campaigns in the last seasons, failing both times to qualify for the knockout stage. Head coach Manuel is looking to make a strong start on his first Champions League game as City manager, and said his team would take nothing for granted against the Czechs, who sit 36 ranks below Manchester City in the UEFA club rankings. The fallout from a controversial weekend in the Rugby Championship continues after the red card dished out to South Africa's Bismarck du Plessis was overturned. The International Rugby Board admits that the referee's decision to issue the hooker with a yellow card in the first half against New Zealand was a mistake, but the Bok camp are still seething over the whole incident. CCTV's Dan Williams reports.
Arriving back, but not quite to a hero's welcome. A Springbok defeat to New Zealand is normally followed by painful soul-searching and self-analysis. But not this time, given the way the match was turned into a non-contest by some questionable refereeing decisions. The International Rugby Board has since admitted those calls were wrong, rescinding the red card dished out to Bismarck du Plessis. But if anything, that only adds to the anger around the Bok camp.
It doesn't help us much, does it? It's again, I made the statement during a game in Mendoza to Steve Walsh, in that what happens during a game needs to be dealt with during the game, and things that happen post the game doesn't really help us. Again, I think our performance was the disappointing thing for us, and we need to rectify that.
When training resumes, there's good reason for the Boks to remain optimistic. They're just 4 points behind the All Blacks with 2 games to play. Added to that, South Africa's games are on home soil, while New Zealand's are both away. In short, the Boks' title hopes are largely in their own hands.
Yeah, we certainly believe that. Like I said, it is disappointing getting the loss, but we still believe that we're in this competition, and hopefully we can put 2 good performances together against, first of all, Australia and then New Zealand. And if we can do that, and if we get enough points, then hopefully we can bring the trophy home.
There's another boost for South Africa coach Heineke Meyer, with World Cup winning scrum half Fourie du Preez back in the fold for the final 2 matches. Well, if all goes according to plan and South Africa beat Australia and the All Blacks win their match against Argentina, then it'll all come down to a finale here at Ellis Park for the Rugby Championship. And given what happened at the weekend, the Springboks won't be lacking for motivation. Dan Williams, CCTV, Johannesburg.
And that is it for this edition of Africa Live. Remember, you can stay in touch with Africa Live on Twitter using the handle @CCTV News Africa. You can also visit our Facebook page, CCTV Africa. Thank you for watching. I'm Beatrice Marshall from Nairobi. Up next, Culture Express from Beijing. Bye-bye for now.